And move on to number 20, and I'm glad Rich came in with a vote for this at the last second.
Right.
The brilliant FIFA 11. And it's one of few sports games in our huge...
Has
Steve's
that
looking at me.
got Mafia in it?
What's a FIFA? FIFA 11, yeah, like that game's been around for donkey's years. It's been talked about for years that critically they've wrested the crown from Pro Evo. I think with FIFA 11 it's unequivocal. It's fantastically deep. It looks incredible. The licenses are great. There's maybe question marks over its manager mode and little ridiculous things like the speed of its menu scrolling.
Yeah.
And online there's definitely ways to sort of spam it up and abuse certain tactics. But it's undoubtedly the best football game you can buy until FIFA 12 comes out. And
Or PES, let's keep an open mind.
PES this year does look really good, but I don't want to get too off topic. PES looks really good this year. But yeah, really chuffed that FIFA has made it in. So we're jumping down a notch to number 19. And it's LA Noire.
Yay.
Surprisingly low, I think, entry for LA Noire. Rich is shaking his head like it deserves to be there.
No, it doesn't deserve to be in the top 25, I think.
Really? Rich, let's go with that. Why not?
I've played it through, finished it, really liked it at the start, but as the game went on and on, I just kept feeling it was like step and repeat, step and repeat. I never liked playing as Cole Phelps. I'd never liked him as a character, never felt connected with him. And for me, the ending, there was not enough closure. I thought the ending was very poor.
Who's going to defend it briefly?
I thought the ending was poor as well.
Well,
So, but I thought, in contrast to what Rich was saying about the pace, I thought it picks up again towards the end because the arson cases were different. The murder case got a bit ponderous, but then you got into vice and arson, and it gets more variety into it
Well,
again.
I reviewed it for us, and I played it for, I think it took me 20 hours to finish it, and for that whole 20 hours I was completely immersed and gripped. I love every minute of it. And whilst I thought the ending was poorly judged in terms of making you feel satisfied as a gamer, I thought from a storytelling perspective it was probably the only way to go. Obviously I can't elaborate because it will spoil it, but I thought I loved LA Noire, loved every minute of it. But I still think there are so many better games, including ones by Rockstar, so its position on the list seems right to me.
I'd put Mafia above it. In
Interesting.
terms of that kind of era and stuff.
I didn't vote for it at all, which is weird. I played it at a previous stage and really liked it, but come the actual acid test of playing it in my home, in my normal life, it passed the disc tray test, as in it literally got into the disc tray, which a lot of big games haven't done. Killzone didn't get past the disc tray test. It got in the disc tray. I looked at it and went, this looks brilliant, presentation's great. Oh, get on with it, because I played the same mission during preview stage, and then I stopped playing it and played Duke Nukem instead.
Well, it's a slow game, and you didn't like Red Dead either for the same reason, so maybe that kind of, maybe a slower game's not for you.
It's the second
Gotta say-
Rockstar flop in a row.
To be in the middle, I didn't vote for it purely because I hadn't played it at all at that point. But
That's a sensible decision, Steve.
yeah, but now I've started playing it. I wouldn't have put it very high up, and I've spent my own money on this game for once, which I don't do very often, and I'm disappointed. I thought it was going to be just up my street, but I find it very slow, particularly at the start, very ponderous. The supposed action, nothing happened. Suddenly, my partner would congratulate me, and the game would save, and I suddenly thought, my God, LA Noire thinks something just happened. You know, and all I'd done is hold R2 and run down the street or something until somebody stopped.
There we are, the LA Noire backlash
The
has
most
begun.
polarising game so far. Split opinion has been divided.
Yeah, let's see if we can rally around the flag of number 18. Skate 2.
Yeah.
Anyone? Anyone?
This is you, innit?
Yeah? It's largely me. What's interesting about this is, I think, is that Skate 3 is obviously the best of the sequels technically, but because they made it into more of a tool set than an actually unified good single-player game with a decent story, it felt very disjointed. I think 2 was the sort of, what's the opposite of Nadir? Is it the Pantheon?
Zenith.
The Zenith, of the series, as in it had a really full-featured skill set, but a brilliant story mode, and as an ex-skateboarder, if you'd have sent that back in time to me 15 years ago,
Can we do that?
I wouldn't be here now because I'd have exploded. It's so brilliant. I think it's so brilliant. And I think it just lets you do any real-life skateboarding trick in a way that feels naturalistic and link them entirely in a manner of your own skill, with an entirely physics-based system. If you go online and look at EA's skate reel and you see the creativity of the tricks and the inventiveness of the tricks applied to the scenery that people produce, it's exactly like real-life skateboarding and everything that's appealing about real-life skateboarding. And for that, I doff a virtual cap to EA. At number 17, Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. What?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's a damn good
What?
game. Damn good game.
What's the what?
I
Haven't played it.
haven't played it, but I won't say anything because I'll just annoy Castlevania fans for my uneducated opinion. But I just think it looks like a rubbish God of War, and I hate God of War. So there you go.
Wow, that's rubbish.
It's a good God of War.
Yeah.
Quickly defend it, Andy.
Quickly
Defend it. What? It's
defend
on
the man.
list.
Yeah.
Defend the uneducated opinion.
That's all the justification.
Defend the
it
flimsy
needs.
Defend the
opinion.
defensible.
I just thought it was incredibly well produced, really atmospheric, fantastic action game with a great story. I mean, what's not to like? And unlike Kratos, I thought Gabriel had a personality. He
Yeah.
wasn't just a really angry man who shouted a lot.
In bad makeup.
Yeah.
He's rubbish at lipstick.
Yes. Well, they didn't have mirrors in those days.
Good point.
Number 16. Some controversy around this one because people voted for one side of it and another, but it's Little Big Planet 2.
Yeah.
But I voted purely for Little Big Planet 1 because I thought the first hour of Little Big Planet 1 was the most exciting sequence in all of PlayStation 3 history while you were running along and Stephen Fry was narrating. I just
That'd
thought,
take
like,
an hour.
that felt, well, I think it's slow. I played it several times. I thought that was thrilling and brilliant, and like we've reached the future. It's here. It's live. It's interactive. It feels DIY. It's authentic. It's innovative. All those things, all those superlatives. Brilliant. Played the game. Yeah, brilliant. Liked it, and then started building things and going, brilliant. Oh, it's too scary, and I just gave up.
You've got to take the plunge with Little Big Planet, which is why I played loads of Little Big Planet too. Because if you dedicate your time and attention to actually making a decent level that you're proud of, and you put it online, and you watch and all the community comes and plays it and everything, really, really satisfying.
Yeah, you got to get involved in the community with Little Big Planet, otherwise it's a fairly lonely, pointless experience. But once you get, even if it's just like playing lots of levels and commenting and getting involved, that's when it really begins to become the game Media Molecule think it is.
When someone comes onto your level and like leaves a little smiley face and leaves you a review that says that's brilliant, that's the best level I've played all day, it's of course it's a massive ego boost, but at the same time, it makes it all worthwhile. So I totally stick by that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that come the time when we're etching PS3's Tombstone, it will have LBP in there somewhere because it's a game that feels like it could only happen on PlayStation. It was new and exciting and brilliant, and I think it'll be a legacy game that will live for PS3 for all time.